happening.
A high-profile killing we've been following since 2016 has come to a close. Tex McIver entered a plea deal today in his wife's death. He was originally convicted of her murder until the state Supreme Court overturned the jury's decision. 11 Alive's Latasha Givens joining us live now from outside the Fulton County Courthouse. Latasha, you have the specifics of that deal.
That's right. Good evening, Savannah. This was a pre-negotiated plea deal in lieu of Tex McIver going to trial again, where he faced being found guilty of murder for a second time.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses by entering a plea of guilty here today?
Yes.
And is it your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you're in fact guilty?
Yes.
After being convicted of murder in 2018 and having it overturned by the state Supreme Court in 2022, Friday, Tex McIver entered a guilty plea to lesser charges in his wife's death. Back in 2016, Diane McIver was shot in the back inside of an SUV while she was in the passenger seat. Tex McIver was riding behind her with a loaded gun on his lap. At some point, the gun was discharged, striking Diane. She later died.
She died as a result of my actions, plain and simple.
The negotiated plea agreement requires McIver to plead guilty to involuntary manslaughter instead of murder and reckless conduct and possession of a firearm during a felony instead of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
It's 15 years to serve, 8 years in prison.
Once out of prison and on probation, McIver will have to wear an ankle monitor at his own cost and follow a curfew.
Losing my best friend in such a violent way.
A close friend of Diane McIver and the only witness to the shooting, today Danny Jo Carter talked about losing Diane and the anguish this has brought to her family. Elaine Williams, also a friend and co-worker of Diane's, gave a witness impact statement in court.
To hear the word guilty after 7 years is completion for a lot of us. However, it brings no resolve. It gives us no peace of mind.
And like with most plea agreements, Tex McIver will not be able to appeal this decision. The judge says the only thing that can be negotiated are the terms of his probation. Back to you.